Hello, my crafty friends. It's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my craft room. I'm here to work on, I'm working on this little journal here. This was the fourth book I showed you out of the little Rand McNally books that I was going to make into a journal. So I've got this one made up as far as, I've got it bound and I've got the pages in it, and I'm making it a little different than the last three because it is different. It's Cowboy Dan. So super cute one on this one, and the colors are different, things like that. So it has different back. As you can see, it's from about the same time era, early 1950s. But what I wanted to do today was make a tassel for it, because the other ones kind of were more pastel-y type covers. And even though this has a light green background, it has kind of a, I guess it maybe used to be brighter colors, but I have a feeling, but you can see this was probably a brighter orange or red. And Cowboy Dan has actually, if you look closely, you can see that he kind of has a plaid shirt on. I believe it's supposed to be a plaid shirt, a little western vest, a little handkerchief around his, how I guess the cowboys do. Maybe in the old days they used to do that. Or maybe they still do, I don't know. To keep the dust, they put it up in front of their face, right, to keep the dust off their face when they're riding their horses. But anyway, yeah, cute little book. So being that the colors are different, I wanted to make a different tassel with different colors. So I happen to have these strips already kind of torn and ready, kind of ready for a tassel that I made tassels from these before, and these were my leftovers. So I'm going to pull some out. Of course, that's way too much, but that's what I pulled out. So I'm going to pull some out here and see what we can do. I'm going to try to pull some out that I think might be the right, see, because I want it to be, here's the journal, and I want it to be not too long for the journal. So something like this, but even that might be a little bit too long because the little piece that I hang it from is going to be here. And so it'll be hanging about here. So even that's a little bit too long. So I'm going to have to cut, I'm sure we have to cut some of these down. Maybe I'll just start with that. So I've got my sharp scissors here. I've got my pinking shears in case I need to cut something thinner. But here's the first piece. Here is another piece. So let's figure out. Let's make a little template for our length. So just say something like, about like, see, I'll hang down like this. So about like that. That's good right there. So let me cut this here, and this will be our little template. Okay, so we want them to all be about this size, all of our strips. And I will save all the pieces that I cut off. I will save them for something. I don't know what at the moment, but I'll figure something out to do with them. I always save my little pieces. Great for clusters, things like that. Okay, so this is our template. So let me put Cowboy Dan over there. And so you can see this is cotton fabric here. This is a piece of flannel. So let's cut that to length. And I think the width is good on that one. I do have some in here, and you'll see in a minute. I have this. I don't know if I want to use this, though. It's stretchy and it's kind of curly. It could be okay. It's stretchy. It's one of those elastic, it's like an elastic ruffly kind of trim. Let me see how it would hang. It would be okay, but I don't know. I think I'm going to put that to the side for the moment. It's not like I really need it because I have plenty here. Okay, here's a black one. This one's black. This is cotton fabric with black with white polka dots. So let's cut that one. And see all the little pieces I'm putting over there. And I have, let's see, what is this? I think this is connected to something. Hold on, let me pull it out. I have a piece of, this is kind of like, I'm going to call it, I think it's supposed to be like embroidery floss or a type of embroidery yarn. So it's kind of like chunky embroidery floss, if you can picture that. So I'm going to get a couple pieces of this because it's different than the others. So, and it's on this little spool thing here. Yeah, it's on this little spool thing. It has all kinds of writing, red, and it has a number there, and November or something or other. So I don't know. I got it at a thrift store. All of these, well, let's see. The flannel is from something like some type of clothing I got at a thrift store. The fabrics are from fat squares, or quarter little pieces that I got. Probably these two I probably got at Walmart. So anyway, I'm just letting you know where I got these things. Okay, so what is different? Anything different? Okay, here's some. This is from a piece of clothing that I got at a. I think of where I got this. I think I got this at a flea market. It was a piece of clothing. I don't remember what it was. Shirt, pair of pants, I don't know. But I want to see it. It's too fat down here, too wide, and it gets thinner down here. So this is about what I want here. I think this will be cool. It's kind of almost like I cut up a quilt top, but it was from a piece of clothing. So let me get my pink and shears, and I'm going to just, well, let me see this piece right here. Is this good? Oh, this is actually pretty good right here. The thin piece, okay. Then I don't have to cut, well, if I want another piece, I'll have to cut it, but see, there we go. And just this little piece on the end here, I'll cut a little piece off. This piece is thicker than the rest. Okay, there we go. Now that's something different. A little like, almost like a quilt top, like I said. I kind of would like 2 pieces of that and 2 pieces of the black. Here's another piece of black. The black with white polka dots. Okay, let's cut that. I'm trying to think. I'm going to try to make sure I'm not getting too close to myself so you guys can see good. So let me move this up a little bit because I know I'm getting too close to myself here. Okay, there we go. So I've got 2 pieces of the black. Let me get another piece of this kind of buffalo check one. Here's one of these. And we'll just about be ready after a couple more pieces. So I have one of the, I'm going to call it the quilt top, even though it's not a quilt top, it's from clothing. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's another piece of, see, this is a little thinner. I would either have to cut this in half because I think it's too wide. I mean, I don't have to, but I would want to. But this is a little thinner here, this piece. So I'm going to use this. And this has different colors in it than that one too. So that is interesting. So let me make sure this is long enough. Cut it about right here. If I cut a piece off, I'll just cut it at an angle. Okay, now anything that I missed. Here's a black piece of lace. Let's put that in there for a different texture. Anything else? I think we got one of everything, or 1 or 2 of everything. Yeah, let's see how thick it is by the time we fold it in half, and see if we need see if I think we need anything else. That'll be pretty cute. You know, I don't know. I think this one right here, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too thick, though. It's still, I think I need to cut this one in half. It's just like, big chunk of fabric, if you know what I mean. So that's why I have my pinking shears here to cut any of this type of quilt top type fabric. Because I knew it was all kind of cut into strips that were too wide for this particular, like for a tassel, for me anyway. Okay, I think that'll be better. I think I'll like that better. There, yeah, it's more like a, see, there we go. Yeah, that's much better. It was so wide, so chunky. Okay, I think we need like maybe some rickrack. Maybe something, see the colors here. I'm not really trying to match the colors exactly. I just want it to look, I want it to have several colors in there because Cowboy, he's got a black hat, this maybe used to be red, and we've got green in here. Let me pause and go look for something different to put in here, like maybe some rickrack or something. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm kind of just gonna take in a little assessment here of what I have and show you what I added too. And I might take something out and add something else, but here's what I've got. I'm gonna try to put it in a way that you can see everything. So what I'm calling the quilt fabric, which is, from clothing, but it was, pieces sewn together. I added this green rickrack. I wanted to lighten it up a little bit, so I put some yellow seam binding. Here's another piece of this, and the black. Okay, so I think I'm going to take one of these out. Let's put that to the side. And this flannel. I think I've got too much fabric in here, so that's what's kind of bugging me. I'm going to take this out, the buffalo check. Both of the buffalo checks are out. Okay. All right, so here is another piece of the yellow lacy seam binding. Okay, and then I've got a lighter green rickrack that I added while I was on pause. And so let's see what I want to add. Let's add this black lace, because that's light and airy, not too thick. It was feeling too bulky and too much fabric. And then I'm going to add a piece of this blue kind of eyelash yarn here. That's always fun to have the little fibers in a different texture, other than all fabric. And a tassel I've noticed. So let's add one over here. And then I'm going to add back in let's see, so we got two of those. One green there. Okay, now the red yarn here. I added two pieces of that. Let's add that back in. That's not too heavy. And then the other light green. I had two pieces of light green. And so let's see. One more. So I've got a dark green there. Let's add one more dark green. And I think we'll be good to go. I got two eyelash, so I think let's try that. Let's see how I like that, because it was just, I folded it up and I felt like, ooh, that's just way too, it's not that it was too, it was like too bulky, even though, see, look how nice it looks now compared. I don't know if you saw it, because I kind of did it probably kind of quick, but look how nice it looks now with the different textures and everything. So yeah, I wasn't happy with the other one, but this one I think is going to be pretty. Gotta look, I don't know, just has to look a certain way, right? Okay, yeah, I like that a lot better with a little bit of lace and a little bit of eyelash trim in there. You don't have to have a whole lot in there, but to make it look pretty, just a little bit goes a long way sometimes, especially on a little journal like this. Didn't want to overpower the journal either. I felt like maybe that's what it was. Maybe all that fabric was going to overpower the journal. Yeah, I want to make sure everything's about the right length here if possible. Okay, so I need a little piece to tie around the top. Let's see. I'm trying to see what color I might want to add as far as from what I already have here to tie around the top. Maybe a piece of I think the eyelash. Let's get a piece of that. I think that would be another addition to it. So a piece about as long as what we were using, except a little extra to tie around, maybe, because I want to let it dangle down with the rest and blend in. So I'm going to tie this around here. I'm going to put it on the journal and see what it looks like. I'm not finished with the journal, so I need to stuff some ephemera in there and maybe put a couple of decorations in there, and then I'll be back with a flip through of that. but I'm just going to tie this. Let me see if I got it about the right length here. Yeah. So 1 knot and then another knot, 2 knot, double knot, and there we go. Isn't that pretty? Yes, I like that. It really needed some other textures. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was, but I think that's what it was. It was going to overpower the journal. I was like, no, something's not right here. Okay, I think it looks good just the way it is. Here's the opening at the top. So let's see how it looks on here with Cowboy Dan. He's so cute. All right, yeah. I might trim a couple here. Let's see, yeah. Just trim a little bit here. These pieces are sticking down too much, so I'll trim that off. There we go. There we go. I think it looks good. There's a couple eyelashes. There's an eyelash right here. Trim my eyelashes. These eyelashes don't need any help. They're very long. So, pretty long anyway. But yeah, that looks good. I like that now. The yellow, yeah, I had some orange, the same type of seam binding, but it was really bright orange. I thought it would overpower it too and be too bright. So I think the yellow is just the right touch there. So yeah, I'll finish up the inside and get some ephemera in here, and I gotta get a goodie pack together, and then I'll be back with a little flip through. But is he? I guess this one's a boy since it's Cowboy Dan, right? But he's looking pretty cute. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the making of this tassel. And I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.